Joining us now, founding partner of Puck, Matthew Bellany. Matt, really good to have you. Bring us behind the scenes on this deal. How explicit were the promises from Skydance to the FCC to change programming at CBS? And do we have an idea of what that is going to look like?
It's been very explicit. There have been several letters that have been filed with the FCC explicitly promising that they will monitor the content, particularly at CBS News. Obviously, the president was involved in litigation over 60 Minutes. He claims that a Kamala Harris interview was deceptively edited. The parent company of CBS, Paramount, paid $16 million to settle that lawsuit, even though most observers believed it was a bogus claim and CBS would have won that suit. But Skydance, which is taking over this company, has explicitly said we're going to have someone inside CBS News to make sure that the content is representative of a full view of viewpoints. They also are ending all the DEI programs. CBS was among the most aggressive companies in Hollywood in their DEI programs. 50% of the writers on shows at one point were designated persons of color. So this is a pretty big commitment explicitly by the new owner.
If Donald Trump wasn't the president, would Skydance be making these sort of changes at CBS?
Absolutely not. I mean, there are always conditions on the transfer of licenses for the broadcast networks, but I have never seen something that has been, I mean, the commissioner said it's been weaponized. I think Trump would agree with that assessment. He's been pretty open that he wants more favorable coverage for him. He's not hiding the agenda here. He wants it to be more favorable to him. And he was openly cheering when Stephen Colbert was canceled by CBS. Now, there are financial considerations on that decision, and Colbert's show was losing money for a long time. The entire late night television model is changing. But the fact that the president is saying, yeah, we wanted this to happen, and then it did happen, that sends a message throughout the media community.
Yeah, it's an ugly addition to this. Let me ask you about South Park. And this is kind of the difference between South Park and Colbert here. South Park makes a ton of money. They signed a $1.5 billion deal with Paramount to continue doing the show, 50 new episodes, plus, I think, streaming on Paramount Plus for all of its seasons. There are 27 seasons. They have so much money, and they are now using their platform to viciously and unsparingly go after not just Paramount, but also Donald Trump. Could they get canceled?
I don't think so. And in my Puck newsletter, I reported that the decision to air that episode went all the way up to the owner of Paramount, Sherry Redstone. She knew the stakes. She knew this deal was on the 1 yard line and the FCC was about to approve it. And she said to her CEOs, I trust your judgment. If you want to run this, you can run this. South Park has a history of going after not only Donald Trump, but a lot of politicians and powerful people. They get away with a lot more because they're animated. It's not, a person delivering the lines. And because of the economics of this show and how valuable it is a top 25 streaming show. I don't think they are at risk of getting canceled. Interestingly, the White House lashed out over South Park, but Trump himself has not done so. And I think it's a recognition that South Park has a lot of fans on both sides of the aisle.
Powerful. And you know what? They literally go after everybody. Even in the episode that aired 2 nights ago, they went after liberals as well. They're unsparing for everybody. We'll see. All right, Matthew Bellany, really good to have you. Thanks for joining us today.